Now, isn't it interesting that I continue to tell you that patience is the key to holding Bitcoin and crypto and actually AI and stocks? So what would make this chapter of your life any different when you're looking to make some wealth, not just quick money, wealth in trading? Well, if you want to know more, then you best stay tuned with me right to the very end of this video. But thank you, to my Crypto Bliss community for being here with me on the channel, and I appreciate you. Thank you to all of the subscribers that are joining the channel, and really looking forward to growing forward with you. Now, with that being said, I have an incredible amount of simplified information to you that is about to detail to us today the biggest liquidation event in history, and what potentially, while you are busy sitting chilling with your family right now, you could potentially be missing out on in this moment. If you would like to know more, stick around with me. It's going to be a short video. Let's get it. So Deribit prepares for a $27 billion Bitcoin and Ethereum options expiry. Now, the majority of that is actually Bitcoin, and that happens today. 3.8 billion in Ethereum and about 23.6 billion in Bitcoin options. Now, what happens when options expire? We're going to have a look at the following. BTC and ETH options see the largest year-end expiry on record happening today. In the next 3 to 4 hours, we're going to see the options expire on Deribit, which is part of Coinbase. BTC and ETH markets absorbed the annual options expiry on Deribit. The event closed with a record 28 billion notional value. Now, to cut out all of the chase here, on Friday, 267,000 BTC options expire with a put-to-call ratio of 0.35. The notional value of yearly BTC options is a total of 23.6 billion, with maximum pain above current prices at 95,000. On the Ethereum market, a total of 1.28 million options expired with nominal value of $3.71 billion and a maximum pain at 3,100. Now, why is this important to us? As you can see, we're starting to see open interest, which has increased by more than 30% in the last few weeks. The options expiry at the time when crypto fear and greed index is at 27 points, slightly up from last week's 21 points. The options accumulation followed an increasingly volatile market for BTC and ETH. And last but not least, but it brings us to this point. After repositioning, Deribit options are signaling further expectations of a downside for BTC. During previous options expiry events, most Deribit traders set up put options at 85 to 80,000. I'm going to show you the liquidation heat map, and you're going to say, well, what's the liquidation heat map got to do with the options expiry heat map? Well, it gives us clues, and that's more important than nothing at all. So call options start growing above 90K, where traders are signaling a return to a potential bull market. BTC traded at 88,701, remaining a narrow range for the past month. Despite any attempt to break above the 90K has invited more selling and long liquidations. The yearly options expiry is also expected to bring more volatility with some price range anomalies during the low volume trading period. Now, this is important, right? Any attempt to break out above 90K has invited more selling and long liquidations. Keep that in mind while I show you the next couple posts. So I dig this post from Lofty here. I'd like to know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Shout out to Lofty. But bull run schedule 2026 December, which is currently almost done, is accumulation, which I do agree. We are accumulating. If you have not been accumulating, well, then you best be getting my Bybit link down in the description of this video below. Get yourself up to $30,000 deposit bonus and go ahead and get yourself some Bitcoin and Ethereum, my friends. What are you doing not having those in your portfolio right now? Because January is potentially where the Bitcoin rally starts to come. Altcoin season in February, final bull trap in March, capitulation in April, and bear market in May. I don't know. I'd like to understand what your thoughts are. However, I did say that we probably sit in an accumulation phase pretty much up until about March, where we start then accumulating April, May. I think that this 4-year nominal that we are experiencing is broken, and that this would somewhat fit into that novelty that we are still on the 4-year model. When I have done a few videos for you that we are not in a 4-year cycle anymore. Go check that video out. I'll leave it pinned in the cards above for you. Why do I say that? Well, Bitcoin is certainly gearing up. We are certainly seeing some momentum come back into Bitcoin, but the volume is still low, which tells me we're still in accumulation phase. And actually, according to the rainbow chart, it's extremely cheap right now to buy Bitcoin. But according to Crypto Rover, whom I really do enjoy his content, actually says that we are in an expensive territory. And I will share that with his post with you in a short moment. And I'd love to hear your views. In his view, Bitcoin is still expensive. Expensive is in the zone. The likely bottom zone looks more appealing to him. I do agree that we would come down into that zone. I do agree that that would be a good area to accumulate and continue to accumulate. My target is the $70,000 to $68,000 level at the most. You already know that if you have been subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community. Now, gold is exploding and Bitcoin is about to go parabolic. Now, often some people would really just say, well, how do you know Bitcoin is going to go parabolic? Well, the truth is that gold, as you can see, always moves first, and then Bitcoin starts to get its rally, right? Gold moves, Bitcoin gets its rally. Gold moves, Bitcoin gets its rally. I don't think that any other time is going to be any different, considering gold in the last year and a half has more than doubled in its value. And when we see 126K, I'll buy when it crashes. 80K, told you it was a scam. $1 million. How did everyone get rich? Classic Bitcoin cycle psychology. Now, I do like this. I do agree with this. I think this is quite interesting. It's another post from Lofty, as you can see here. And could we break through and go that high? I do say that if you can see, this chart here would show that we have broken the 4-year cycle. So there's some contradicting information from Lofty, but I think the idea behind it is important because right now we are somewhat bottoming out. Honestly, we are. We'll have a look at the charts in a short moment. But just remember that right now in Q4, Bitcoin is getting ready to catapult. Plan C, the real Plan C, Bitcoin will have its moment in the spotlight. Just as I always continue to say, your patience will be rewarded. Long-term conviction is key, and while Bitcoin has underperformed relative to gold and silver, a mean reversion is likely near in the relativity. So yeah, I see us going for a big journey ahead. And once again, we can see, I take this post, gold, once profits get taken in gold, which I think is starting to happen, we then see that trickle down into stocks and silver, which have already made new all-time highs. It comes into copper, palladium, and then into small caps, and then into Bitcoin and Ethereum, then into large cap altcoins, and then into low cap altcoins and shitcoins. Okay, that's just how it rolls. That's how the money flows. That's how the money trickles. You need to understand that if you are in crypto. I'm even going to repost that because I think it's a really good post. Now, what I'm about to show you is actually going to blow your mind out the water. But before I do that, make sure you are subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community if you want to know exactly what trades I will be entering into over the next couple days, then make sure to hit that notification bell and let me know down in the comments below what trade you would like to see, or what altcoin you would like to see me talk about on the channel. I am going to start talking about altcoins again soon, but for now, we're still on Bitcoin and a little bit of Ethereum. Still holding my Ethereum trade, very strong as you can see. And yes, I'm still in the down. I am going to be a little bit patient here because we're currently under this level. The MACD is showing signs of a potential upside move, but the trade volume is still very low. I still believe we can come up to 3,600. At that point, I'm probably going to take some profits. Now, the options expiry spoke about 3,100, right? So that's pretty much up here. I think you need to understand that we would need to get to that 3,100 level to start to see that 3,600 level is pretty much all it is. And Bitcoin is doing the same thing. You can see Bitcoin. We're on the weekly time frame here. I keep talking to you about the capitulation that we're seeing in Bitcoin. Ethereum is no different. We're at a very, very strong level. There is a massive shoulder, head, and shoulder pattern busy forming on Ethereum. I am the first person to talk to you about this one. So please make it sure that you like, subscribe, and share the content. Because once Ethereum gets to break out of this zone, my friends, my amigos, well, let's see here. That's the neckline, right? Then we should possibly see a $8,888 Ethereum with a breakout out of that head and shoulders pattern. That is absolutely incredibly, insanely, awesomely juicy. Let me know if you're ready to see a wonderful altcoin season soon, because the Bitcoin dominance is also looking a little bit fragile, and potentially losing some of its momentum too. Now, I want to show you particularly the 1 year heat map, right? Because why am I going to show you the 1 year today? Well, the 1 year, okay, and it's 75-point threshold. The 1 year is because we're about to experience the last options expiry for Bitcoin and Ethereum of the year. So you want to know where to look at the liquidation points in the macro view over the whole period, because it'll indicate to you exactly what it is you should be doing. Now, these are shorts here, okay? And all I'm going to say to you is that's a very, very long way away from where we are right now. It's a more than a $30,000 move right now. Okay, I'm just sharing that with you. I see us coming and grabbing up the liquidity, and look at where the liquidity goes all the way down to about 62 to 60,000 is like kind of the end zone of liquidity to grab, which brings me on to understanding the chart, understanding my chart, where I have continuously been compelling you to understand that this 75 to this peak, previous peak, 68,000, that's honestly my level. But it doesn't mean we can't come all the way down even to 50,000, even at a baseline. I doubt we're going to do 50,000, but at a baseline 58,000, I would not write those levels off here at this current point in time, although we are hackishly oversold. And I can tell you something right now. The moment I start to see the Hakan Ashi candles start to look something like this, start to get a red body with a green outer, my friends, you best be sure that's going to be the time we are going to be buying the crap out of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I am still buying loads right now. I am stacking on spot and storing in my cold storage wallet, because that's what you do. You just dollar cost Bitcoin no matter what it is. You just dollar cost, okay? But trading, my friends, that's a whole different ball game. And if you want to make money with me in 2026, then you best subscribe to the Crypto Bliss community, because the Crypto Bliss community is going to bring a clean, fresh start to its look and feel. We're going to bring to you the strongest, craziest alpha, and we are going to trade like absolute crazy using the most beautiful techniques and skills myself and our community and other traders I have been working with have been skilling up for the last number of years. If you want to know more about that, then make sure you are subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community and ensure that you hit that notification bell, because things are going to start to change, leaving the year of the snake and heading into the year of the fire horse. Great growth is about to unfold here, my community. And I, as you already know, run my health businesses, my Synergy Organics and my Canopy and Cannabis Clinics. And I am going to be building my channel and on the health and wellness side of those. And you should be subscribing. I'm going to be talking about some of the craziest, most controversial health topics possible on this planet. So make sure you're subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community. But I leave you with this. Bitcoin still remains the king of dominance over the course of this entire year. Then Solana, then Ethereum, then USDT, then Binance, okay, and then other coins dominance all the way at the bottom. When we do start to see altcoins dominance, we will see altcoin dominance start to raise up and probably come up to the 15 to 20%. Okay, that is going to be beautiful. But in order for that to happen, Ethereum and Solana have to continue, and their rally, as you can see, they've been pulling down for a tremendous amount of time. And you can see here that altcoin open interest and volume, the BTC price is the yellow line, open interest is the blue, and the volume is the green. You can see that altcoins more and more are being bought. Bitcoin is being bought more and more. Open interest is increasing, although we are at pretty much our lowest point right now, okay? Which indicates to me that, as you can see here, open interest is pretty much all the way down here at about 52,000. That's terrible, my friends. And yeah, I would say to you that would be like right now is going to be a really good time to buy. That's all I'm going to say to you. I've been stacking coins like Aerodrome, Veracity, and a few others. So if you want to know more about what I've been stacking, then make sure to subscribe to the Crypto Bliss community. Remember, you can hit my Bybit link down below, get yourself a trading deposit, get yourself set up and ready, because the market is going to move very, very soon. And you want to be prepared to catch it, no matter if it's up or down, whether you're going to long or short. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and Merry Christmas to you and your family.